My favorite era of history here at Travelers Rest is probably the early frontier era, just sort of that late 1700s when Nashville, Tennessee is the western frontier of the United States. You still have that confrontation and cooperation between Native Americans and European descendants kind of combining here in Middle Tennessee.
My favorite era of Travelers Rest history is the early years, and to know that this house was built right at the same time that Tennessee was admitted to the Union, I think is just a very unique fact about the historic site here.
My favorite era of TR's history is the Regency period. I love to know and learn and talk about Judge Overton and the beginning of Travelers Rest, when he built the home, also about his marriage with Mary and their children, because I feel like that's the start of Travelers Rest history.
Probably the 1820s is my favorite era here at TR. I think about that as, the judge retires, he comes home, he marries in 1820, and I can imagine that the house, once his wife moves in with 3 children, and then they have 3 more over the next several years, and he probably is really enjoying reaping the benefits of all his hard work.
I am still learning so much about the Travelers Rest history. There's just still so much to learn. The early eras of the judge and Mary and the family living here in the home is interesting, but because we're learning more and more about the Native Americans and the prehistoric history of the site, I think that's what I'm most interested in at the current moment, because it's what we're learning new things about almost every day. So I'd say probably my favorite era of history at TR right now is the prehistoric.
The thing that I find really interesting about Travelers Rest is the fact that it was originally called by Judge Overton Golgotha, which is because the grounds were Mississippian era burial ground.
And these are Native Americans that are referred to as mound builders. They operated in the United States near where the Mississippi River is today. That's why we sometimes call them the Mississippians. They built ceremonial mounds, and they were kind of around 800 AD to about 1400 AD.
We now know, based on radiocarbon dates, that Native Americans lived here from 1270 to 1316. There might have also been mounds on the site, though with the way that the landscape has changed so much, it's kind of difficult to say for certain, just because people have been living here and using the site for, up to 600 years after Native Americans left the area.
So it's kind of awesome that we have the opportunity here at Travelers Rest to talk about Native American or Native Indigenous and present that to the public, because you don't really get that at other sites that are kind of on our level or do the usual kind of history that we do here.